Howdy, folks. That's me, Fred Shell, out there on my great blue Heron. Just setting it up uh, and ready to go for a sail. This was actually shot almost 30 years ago. Now, this is the actual setup time. I didn't skip anything here. Comes out to, I think, just short of 5 minutes. Gets a little boring just to watch this guy setting up, but it'd be even more boring if it took 15 minutes. In all of my boat designs, I strive for ease of use and setup and maintenance. I figure 5 minutes, that's about all you should have to spend from trailer to sailing. And this is a good example of it. Goes up pretty fast. And at the end of your sail, or your day on the water, I think it's equally important that you not have to spend much time getting that thing out of the water and onto the trailer and getting yourself home. It's basically a reverse of the process, and still it's barely 5 minutes for this boat. As soon as we get this all set up here, I'll take you for a little visual tour of the accommodations on the boat. In the meantime, I'll hum you a little tune. Yeah, you notice the sprit booms on these sails, no stays to get in the way. So when you're setting up, if you've got a beam right across the beam wind across the boat, you can just let them weather vane and stay out of your way. Makes it much easier sailing away from a dock or whatever if you can if the sails are free that way. All right, you can see the cockpit, the motor well, the box over the motor well, that's hinged to the back. Depending on the size of your motor, that could be a little taller. I don't know if we'll see eventually, but there's a keyhole cut out in the transom that allows the motor to kick up when you're sailing. And you can see the pretty spacious cockpit there. Easy seating for comfortable 4 or maybe a little more. Grab rails across on each side, on top of the cabin. And there's that great curved boom that guy likes to talk about. There we are, the inside of the cabin. It's kind of a pilot house sort of cabin. And one could set that up with a wheel steering from inside. Those are the panels in the back there. Toward the back are hatches, just storage bins. Some of these details inside the boat, of course, would be up to the builder. But it's a good, nice, comfortable sleeping area for 2 people. Yeah, here's the motor. You can see that keyhole cut out in the transom. On this one, I think I've just got a 5-horse on it. It'd be good up to 10. And even less than 5 would be, most people would consider adequate for a truly sailing boat. See, there it is taking off from the dock. In here close, there's not much waves, but we'll get out a little farther and see more what it does when there's some waves and wind. I think we used a telephoto on this, so it's the bay that the launch ramp in is kind of nicely protected from. I guess we had a north wind that day. Anyhow, I love how nicely these sails set with the sprit boom. Because the boom helps the sail to hold its shape. There's a built-in banging action that keeps the back corner of the sail from riding up when you let out in the sheets. That means you don't have to use even any purchase on the sheets. There are no pulleys. It's just a single line to the sail and back. Faster to respond with and just simpler. And, less ropes cluttering up the cockpit. It's a pretty light boat, so it does respond to the waves. It doesn't pound through things and kick up a lot of spray. It is more attuned to the idea of keeping on top of the water, and whatever spray you make getting knocked down by the flare of the hull sides. As you can see, it's capable of a pretty good speed for a pretty small sail rig. It's easy to handle, and easy to set up and take down, all that stuff, and inexpensive actually as the sail rigs go. And it handles the water quite well. I didn't mention the fact that this boat has twin shallow draft keels, bilge keels you might call them, uh, wide enough apart and flat on the bottom with metal shoes that you can beach the boat pretty much anywhere and even pull it up on a concrete ramp without doing any damage. But it certainly gets the boat to windward very well.
Here's some little construction details on the Great Blue Heron. This is our 19-footer. Similar rig setup to the Swifty 1315 in Marty, but quite a complex boat. Good sized craft here with a really serious cabin. Here's a view of the partial construction. Bottom planks on. A lot of the interior structure. There's some more views of it, but I think we ought to get to the beach here. This work is starting to make me want to go sailing. There we are on the shores of Lake Champlain.
I wanna hear all that's nice. They laughed at him with his mandolin. They left him la 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 la.
This is one of our beautiful sunsets on Lake Champlain here, where most of the, well, all of the pictures you've seen have been sailing here on Lake Champlain. Well, that's all, folks.